A song when you play it, it's hard to believe for me, since you never said it to me, that your love has ended for me. To my face, I can't embrace the feeling that it's undone. I tried so hard, moving on to someone. My heart holds on to feelings I can outrun. Are you so strong, or have you just become numb? I can't move on until I know that we're done. Look me in the eyes, tell me you don't love me anymore. Look me in the eyes, tell me you don't love me anymore. I need to see it, prove that you mean it, cause I don't believe it, no. Look me in the eyes, tell me you don't love me anymore. Look me in the eyes, tell me you don't love me anymore. You won't even say it, can you even face it? My song where you play it, no. You never said it to me, to my face, can't embrace. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy.
Somebody's got a birthday.
Yeah. One of our own space cadets. Awesome, man. Happy birthday, my brother. Happy birthday. Thank you, man, for hosting the space with us, brother, on your birthday. I know we got a crazy itinerary lined up. I'm excited. I'm geeked. And I'm about to clean up on the streets here. So, but yeah, man, happy birthday, brother.
Definitely appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I call it another trip around the sun, man. Another solar return. That's what I like to call it. Definitely appreciative, man. Just to have guys like you guys in my corner. You know what I'm saying? To help me celebrate. Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, shout out to Turbo for playing that happy birthday song. Bro, that reminded me of like Chuck E. Cheese, bro, back in the days, bro. I don't know if y'all ever been to Chuck E. Cheese when y'all were younger. I don't know what y'all had in y'all area, but that was like the celebration spot for little kids. You know what I mean? We used to jump off into Chuck E. Cheese and get that pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Man, shoot, talking about being a space cadet, man, going to Chuck E. Cheese. I love to go into the ball pit and try to look for wedding rings and money and cell phones. Hey, but happy birthday, bro, man. Appreciate you being here with us, doing this on your special day, man. That's what it's all about, just bringing the community together, even on them special days, you know what I'm saying? So, man, happy birthday to you, bro.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
big
What up,
fact.
everybody? Yeah, happy birthday to you. Awesome.
Appreciate
Happy birthday,
that.
brother.
Appreciate that, Seven. Appreciate that, Crib King, man. What's up with you, Crib King? How you doing? What's up, Seven? What's up, man?
I'm cool, man. I'm in motion right now. I had to hop in because I was like, oh shit, I noticed what time it was.
Yeah,
I'm
time
doing
pass.
good, man. Yeah, no, myself, I'm doing good, fam. I was looking over the itinerary, looking at these topics, getting real hype about it, definitely. And I saw it was your birthday coming up. So, I mean, that's crazy. Congratulations. If you don't mind me asking, how old you just turned?
Oh, I'm 36, bro. I'm 36. But, I don't look over a day over 24. You know what I mean? That's how we rock it. Y'all know black don't crack.
Took the words right out of my mind.
That's how you're supposed to be living at 36. Feel me? Having some fun still. I like that.
Always, bro. Always. Got to, man. Never can't stop that, man. Especially, man, the moment you start thinking that you grown, man, that's when that's when the fun stops, man. You know what I'm saying? Just, we never grow up, man. Just, stay childlike and create, you know what I'm saying? And do what it is you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
I can imagine what the 37th birthday is going to look like when we recorded on that day. Looking back on this day, being like, whew, I came a long way. So another trip around the sun to come. Many, many more, brother.
Big
I'm
fact.
sorry, Wallet. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm down here doing a little cleanup, but you know that's why we got cadets. You know what I'm saying? I'm down here with Captain Haiti. Captain Haiti, say what's up, man.
What's up, people?
You know we're down here doing this crypto community cleanup. We got a blockchain challenge, man. We about to see how much trash I can get, and I'm trying to take a ride in the Lambo, baby.
I see you, man. Shout out to Captain Haiti, man. Shout out to the homie AI Love out here in the streets with it, man. Hey, that's hey, that's how you started off, right? You was out there in the streets asking people, do they take ADA? So, you know, it's really good to see you, you know, back out there in the streets, man, putting in work. Man, if you guys you guys all got the itinerary, right? It is a lot. We got a
100%.
all right, let me go ahead and open it up, man. We about to go ahead and jump into it. About to get this thing cracking real quick. Let me go ahead and post this link real quick on my page. Go ahead and post this link out for people. All right, so what was that, 7?
No, I definitely got to give AI some fucking acknowledgement. Excuse my language, some acknowledgement for what he's doing out there on these streets. Just like you said, AI is a different type of monster. Not only is he Mr. Community, he's really putting boots to ground, going beyond just the words and like, you know, cleaning up these streets so that we can, you know, still congregate on peaceful ground. So it's beautiful, man. I was on the phone with him right before we jumped on here, and when he told me, I was like, "Get the hell out of here!" I didn't even know things like that were going on. But of course, you know, the man does. So, you know, definitely want to acknowledge that so we can see more of that in the space as you pull up, you know, your post and pin up top.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. Hey, that's one thing about AI, bro. He really lives up to that name. Mr. Community, man. He really lives up to that name, man. If you ever got some kind of type of charitable event or something anywhere around Miami or anywhere, man, reach out to him. I'm telling you, this guy, this guy puts in work for the community, man. And you know, we're not really here to like, you know, compare to what other people do. But all I can say is this man puts in work. So major shout out to him, man. We're in the middle of Space Cadets. He out there doing it's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's so fire, bro. It's so fire. So he's definitely the type of person that you want to have on your team, man. Like definitely, bro. Definitely. So let me go ahead and jump into these topics real quick. All right. So the first topic we about to jump on, right? Oh man, let's get into this ETH joint, bro. Let's get into ETH real quick. Let's talk about this real quick. Let me go ahead and post this joint real quick.
The great merge has fallen upon us.
Yes.
I mean, a little bit of a disappointment, I would say, you know, especially for as many years as it took to, you know, really to get there. You know what I mean? I think that it was going to be one of the, you know, for me, I was really looking forward to just, you know, lower gas prices, you know, really a lot of what they were talking about, you know, some of the dreams and visions they had. And, you know, I think it might have fell a little bit short, or maybe the promises were a little bit too long.
Yeah, man. I definitely agree, man. I definitely agree. Um, I think one of the main things I really seen was that a lot of things kind of went under the rug as far as how the actual merge was going to happen. I felt like from what I seen, a lot of people weren't really too hip to the details, right? And it's like the merge happened. Well, I for one, from what I was seeing from my perspective, is you know they've been talking about the ETH merge for a minute, right? You know, ETH 2.0, ETH merge coming, is coming, is coming, is coming, right? And then when it finally comes, it's like all these other details emerge at the same time, right? And somebody posted yesterday, I'm actually gonna put that up there in the link too. They were saying basically the turtle finally comes to the race type joint, you know what I'm saying? Because we already proof of stake, you know what I'm saying? Um, so now it's just about the growing pains. It's almost like they got to go back and they got to go through the growing pains that we were experiencing in the very beginning. Now, in the middle of their timeline. You know what I'm saying? So, do we have any people who rock with ETH? Anybody? What do you guys think about what's going on over there on Ethereum with the merge and everything?
Well, like I said, man, awesome. It was just, like I think it was just a lot of shortcomings. Being a member of like a lot of different, project. I mean, different blockchains and stuff like that. It's gonna take time. I think it was I think it was a little bit bigger of a dream than the reality in which that came to us. We still got a ways to go, and that's the thing we all got to remember too. I don't think we're gonna lose ETH. I think it's gonna be around for a long time, but it has been quite the journey.
Well, I definitely have to ask. I mean, you're saying we didn't lose ETH, but you know, just as a consumer standpoint, I do have to ask: for the clickbait title, is this the end of ETH? Only because one of the sentiments I'm seeing, besides the shortcomings of what's going on, is how counter crypto philosophy it is, and the centralization and all these other things, and how there might be certain going ons that people aren't going to like, whether it's short term, long term, and with that, did they shoot themselves in the foot? Is it time for that power vacuum to get sucked up by someone else now?
I think that's a really great point that you're hitting on right there. It's and that's kind of that's kind of where we're at, in all of this as well. With decentralization and centralization, and just even with laws and securities and like words that we use, investments and stuff. I think the space as a whole has a ways to go. It's just it's like another stepping stone in the blockchain journey. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where people are gonna have to find. They're gonna, excuse me. They're gonna have to find, where they fit in the best. You know what I'm saying? As this thing grows, because, the laws and the regulations that are gonna keep coming forward are gonna constantly be making this thing change. Left and right.
Yeah, I completely agree. I
Huh?
definitely completely agree. The Yeah, it's gonna continue to swing. It's gonna continue to swing left and right as new details emerge about different blockchains and different merges and different things, man. And the government gonna step in. They're gonna try to regulate as much as they can. So we really just in for a wild ride, man. We're in for a wild ride, and like it's no telling what's gonna happen, man. I'm really looking at this thing, playing it day by day, man. Tomorrow, you know, what I'm saying. Tomorrow it could be something with Bitcoin. It could be something with ETH next week. It could be something with Cardano. They're gonna crack down wherever they can crack down. Um, Shout out to Ripto. What's up, Ripto? I meant to say crypto.
Rip,
Crypto.
crypto, you know what I'm saying? Flip mode.
I like Ripto Casually. I actually, you know what? I think that's a nice touch. What's up, Crypto Casually, man? We got your track loaded up into the thing, man. What you think about the ETH merge?
I was trying to follow what the fuck you were saying. You were saying a bunch of shit, but you didn't say shit. I was wondering. I was waiting for you to make a point. You was just saying like we believe in words, and the words were on both sides of the fence, and we're gonna have a sun up and a sun down today. That's all I heard out of you. I'm expecting better out of you, goddamn it, Turbo. Cause
Oh,
what the
this is what
fuck are
we
you
doing
talking
now.
about?
Okay, this is
Oh
what
yeah,
we
I know
doing.
you on some bullshit right now. You just like no. Yeah, what facts are you basing any of that on that the Ethereum merge fell short?
Well, like for me, I'm glad you brought that up, and thank you for pointing out the words with the words, and then the other words. I think that's a really good
No
point. You know what
problem.
I'm saying? Um,
Sure.
but for me, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be one. It was going to be a faster. It was going to be. It was going to be better for the at the mining points. For miners and things to be able to get in, to
Better
take
like
their for faster and more transactions.
well, do you know what happened with the merge with Ethereum? With like what happens when it switched over? Like the carbon footprint, the whole reason of doing that whole switch over? is to reduce the carbon footprint, which it is going to do by like 90 some percent. And if you think, I don't know what the number is, 32 grand or something like that, you get your own Ethereum validator instead of having it be proof of work, which giant computers making it, right?
Right.
I don't think that falls
That's a
short
big
of
deal.
his argument. I mean, that's a big deal, absolutely. But that he's bringing up another point. It fell short into the other aspects. Not that it was more eco-friendly. It fell short in its transactional values. To put it short, I, that doesn't mean they didn't do anything big. I mean, they had to do something. It was they did a movement. But I just think that, in his opinion and in my
No, yeah,
opinion,
he hadn't said it.
and
He hadn't
many.
said what it was yet, though. That's what I was saying. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what he was
Mm.
basing what fell short on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't
So
know
here's
where
a
he was
question:
coming from.
are you happy with the merge? Like, are you personally, you know?
I feel like I mean, I'm kind of neutral, I guess. You know, I'm happy that nothing is going crazy in a negative fashion that affects my life in a negative way. Um, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy there wasn't any kind of major blowback or any kind of fuck ups, any problems. My OpenSea account still had my fucking NFTs in it. You know what I'm saying? My wallet would still have my fucking ETH in it. It didn't get all drained overnight. Because that's really the worst case scenario type shit, you know? You could just open your shit up and it's all gone type shit, you know?
And
So
ETH
yeah, I'd
still
say
has
I'm happy
value.
with
And the ETH still has value too. It didn't go to
it. Yeah,
zero.
I,
yeah.
I think
No,
I
I just
think
thought, I thought the gas fees were going to be better. I thought it was going to process a lot faster. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be like this. I was really expecting it to really like power the bull back. Like to start, moving the bull, that start moving us to the bull market. Um, and just I just was a little disappointed in that aspect.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think it was more like a political. It don't really seem like they did it for technology reasons in terms for the people. It seemed like it was more of a political move because even what they promoting the whole like was said, this was up, the carbon footprint thing. But that's not really tackling the true problems that people have with that chain, in terms of transactions and all that and speed and everything, like Turbo saying. So that's my view. Of course, I'm on the outside looking in, but that's how it is to me.
Yeah, I think it's just however you're measuring change, right? If you're more subjective viewed on having a faster transaction speed, or if your subjective view is more about changing the global footprint, the carbon footprint, I guess you could say it went one way or the other, you know?
Yeah,
Well, I
faster
feel like
transaction speed, cheaper transaction speed. You know, not
I'm
not
not like
not
the
paying
gas
a
fees.
fee and then shit not go through. Yeah, all that for real.
Were they telling us that, or like where was there information previous to the merge
No,
that was leading it to believe that it was going to drop gas fees even more? Because like I didn't hear that part, so that's why we said that too. I was like, I wasn't expecting that either. You know what I'm saying? It's like I
no.
wasn't
I
expecting it, so I wasn't let down. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead,
I
Trevor.
think a lot.
Go
I, I think a lot of stuff got lost in translation, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm with you, crypto. They actually didn't say that it would lower gas fees. They didn't say that. The biggest improvement is just them going green. You know what I'm saying? That was really, one of the biggest improvements. As far as the speculation with the gas fees dropping, I think that's just kind of what people assumed because they were looking at it as an upgrade. So they just made assumptions that, hey, the gas fees are
Yeah,
going to be dropping. They never said that. They never said that.
that's right. Okay, 10
they
4.
did. They didn't for sure. I think it's just more so what people wanted. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about an upgrade, but yeah, it is still what's up. They made that transition. Not trying to belittle that at all, because I mean, any step in a better direction is a good move. But yeah, it's just those are the main things. I guess that's what's next on the agenda because that hasn't been spoken about either. Haven't heard anything about it. Them steps being taken to do that. Well, how that's gonna happen.
I will say, just for devil's advocate of the other side, because I'm definitely hearing the point, but they also didn't say otherwise that it wouldn't. Like I remember when one of the reasons I stopped fucking with ETH or messing with ETH was because I was one day I tried to mint a free Ethereum mint and the gas fee was $500. And it was just like everyone was like, "Oh man, I can't wait for ETH 2.0 or ETH 2 whatever." And I'm just like, "All right, yeah, it's coming." So everyone's been waiting in anticipation for all the updates, not just it being green. And if that wasn't in the you know, in the package, there should have probably been some type of statement like, "Yo, this is just to be green, guys. Everyone relax. This ain't all." That would have been nice. That was
Right.
definitely expected.
I agree because that was being talked about. Like, but that's why I say I feel like it was more political.
You're breaking up crypto casually.
Do that.
Yeah, it's irking and
We
jerking over
we
there.
lost you, brother. Say again.
Yeah, you rugging, bro.
Yeah, I guess too.
Oh, I'm
I
not
mean, I
talking.
get. Oh, nope. There he goes. Go ahead. We got you now.
What you about to say, Turbo?
Oh, I am so confused. I thought Crypto Cat it said something we couldn't, and then so he's not talking. Okay, all right. No, I mean there is like like there is upgrades that are being made. They are talking about like that there's be better securities and that it's going to help with like just the attackers and things like that. I guess like from my standpoint, I remember about like when I first came in and everybody talked about 2.0 that was that it was always the gas fees, but it wasn't. But I guess like I never really saw that from like the top itself or whatever. You know what I mean? So, but in that upgrade, that would be one thing that I would have expected to kind of see. Is a big change in that because there's other chains that you're doing it like at a fraction of a penny. It's a huge difference, even if it's $5-10 from 500. It's still different than a fraction of a penny. So, um, yeah.
Fight the power.
Fight the power. Well, hey, look, I do actually have one of Crypto Casualty's tracks loaded up. We can hit that on a quick. We'll let you guys digest that stuff in. This is Crypto Casualty. I believe this is called Sneffy. I hope y'all enjoy.
Yeah. Is mind over matter? Focus on the sense and do what matters. Yeah, just leave out the rich. I say it's mind over matter. Just focus on the sense. I say do what matters and leave out the rich. Yo, not all that glitz is glamour. Still need to pay the rent. I need some liquid, but my money's all spent. Recipe, mandatory respect for the seed, and I ain't talking sesame. Bear bull market goes in phases, but you're not gonna catch me acting crazy. All these markets ain't no testing me. I'm not new to this, baby. This ain't no stress to me. When I'm navigating out on the open sea respectfully, intellectual property rights, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So when in doubt, zoom out, that's free clout. And an answer for the doubt, and an answer for the drought. That's what casualty's about. That's to what I'm en route for. I'm still waiting, watching the fruits of the seeds that I've sown, and what might come out from. But I'm just chilling and I'm racking up this game. Freestyle, it's easy as a click 1, 2, 3. No MetaMask, wallet to see. I'ma make it done for me. That means you can swipe your credit card on the spot. Cause I rock, and he not, and me, I'm hot. That's cool. Join the block chain. What's good, G?
And that was Crypto Casually. Welcome back, Space Freaking Cadets. Man, we got AI Love Awesome up in here sharing his birthday. Crypto Casually. We got seven in the building. Doggone. We got Crib King down there. You know, the Space Cadets. Oh, Crypto Kev in the build, man. That's the community manager of all community managers and VIP, man. We appreciate y'all hanging out. You know, we were just talking about the ETH merge. I think we have some other topics too. Awesome. You want to hit that next one?
Yeah. Well, once again, you are now tuning in to a new episode of Space Cadets, our weekly wrap up. With everything CNFT, music, Web3, viral videos, news. Shout out to everybody who pulled up, man. This next topic, we actually gonna lighten it up a little bit, man. Let's talk about this new Street Fighter, man. Like, so I know everybody got some childhood memories of Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? Being at the arcade, putting your coins in the arcade, getting beat down, losing your money, and going back again for the second round. Well, we got Street Fighter 6 is going to be coming out. And I actually want to bring this up as a topic because one thing I definitely noticed, right, is that gaming has been on a kind of like a decline. Gaming has definitely been on a decline from my perspective. Um, because I'm an avid gamer, right? But I'm seeing the transition between web gaming into Web 3.0. And this actual trailer, if you guys have a chance, you go ahead and watch it. This trailer is kind of showing me the integration and how modern day gaming is pivoting into the metaverse. As you can see up there, in Street Fighter 6, you're now going to be able to fully customize your avatars and equip gear and suits and different play styles, right? Well, I mean, what's the difference between that and going to the metaverse to customize your avatar? You see what I'm saying? And I think, and I used to kind of get in on these conversations a little bit within the gaming world, because I'm kind of in the gaming community a little bit. I used to try to tell them like, "Hey guys, this PS5, Xbox stuff is eventually gonna be the metaverse, right?" And I always used to get flack. They used to, they used to be, the stuff they used to be saying is like, "Bro, this not an episode of Black Mirror, bro. That's never gonna happen." Like, it's so, bro. They get so up in arms, bro. And I was about to ask y'all, like, what y'all think, man? What y'all think? I mean, obviously, since we more so in tune with the metaverse and the developments of it, we can see it. But like, what do you guys think about the future to come when it comes to video games implementing Web 3 type features?
Well, man, I think the biggest difference is owning those assets. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're talking about these games, can I sell them? Can I trade them? That's where and we saw it, like back in the day with computer gaming, with like RuneScape and things like that, World of Warcraft, people building up these players and then selling them. But this is the beginning of taking it to that next level.
Exactly. I wholeheartedly agree, and it's exciting for me because I could definitely see that. It's like I love Street Fighter. Street Fighter is like one of my favorite games of all time. So for me to be online, like kicking ass online, and then be like actually winning, and then winning some avatar equipment, and then going trading that on secondary market. That's amazing, man. That's that's really what I'm waiting for. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really brought it up. And what from what I can see, man, from the gaming community perspective, these folks saying it's not going down without a fight, man. Because if you guys are looking and seeing what's going on within the gaming community, like for instance, the PS5 is like super high right now. They just went up like $50 or something like that. And it's like, bro, everybody can't afford a PS5. You know what I'm saying? Um, everybody can't afford, the Xbox and stuff like that. And that's when, I got in touch with the homie Eden, and shout out to him. He was showing me like a lot of new games, Web 3 in browser, Web 3 games like Conquer.io. Um, and some of these games on sold too, Mini Royale. A lot of these games are free to play, man. You don't even have to you don't have to buy a system to play it. You know what I'm saying? And you can play with your friends, and you can play with other people that may not even be into video games like that. They may just want to kick it with you and play with you because y'all cool. You know what I'm saying? And I think the barrier of entry for video games is always, now the truth is kind of coming out. That barrier of entry always been kind of high. Like, really think about that in actuality. Like, you got to drop $600 just so you can play a game with your friend. Like, that's so crazy when you think about it nowadays. And those days, in my opinion, are going up the creek. These games are getting higher and higher because these developers and manufacturers can't justify dropping uh, millions of dollars to create a video game. Like, and then another thing, on that front too, a lot of these video games are coming out undeveloped. They're coming out undeveloped. They need updates and patches. When you put the game, when you put the disc in now or download it digital, like, it's so crazy. I never thought I would have to get an update or a patch on a digital game. it's like it's like I pay $60 for the game and the game is incomplete and they still got to update and patch it. So, from my perspective, man, this gaming industry is evolving and it's changing, and it's going back to the hands of the developers and really just cutting out the middleman. Really just cutting out the middleman. A lot of these big companies and labels, when it comes to the video game industries, are cutting these middlemen out, and the developers are just on the grind, getting to work, um, making these lower barrier of entry games and stuff like that, so everybody can enjoy them, and not just the people that got money. They got money to splurge on these expensive hobbies. Um, but yeah, that's really my take. On the gaming sector there with the Street Fighter 6. Like, do you guys have anything to add? Like, are you guys gamers? Do y'all like Street Fighter?
Uh, I'm not the biggest Street Fighter fan. I feel like Street Fighter, even though it still existed in my younger days, it's a little bit before my time. So like I was always into like Mortal Kombat and Tekken. But I know some you've been getting into Soul. I suggest you look into a project called Psycha like psychology, but like Psycha. And they actually building a fighting game. They 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 were making some updates recently about being able to log in and character loadout and everything. I'm not sure if it dropped yet, but yeah, they got like NFTs and stuff on Solana. It's a pretty dope project.
Fire, fire, fire. We ain't got no more gamers in the house. No more gamers. No more gamers.
Nah. I'm definitely, bro, through and through. I'm an Xbox head. I know I definitely just got some followers lost with that one. I haven't been able to play it in the last couple months, but just like our boy Scrib over there, or Crib, I'm a Tekken dude, honestly, but I will tell you that the trailer, because the only reason I saw this is because of you, Awesome. So thank you for putting us on. But that trailer I just saw is nuts. That trailer is nuts. And the beautiful thing about it, it's really interesting, and it's something that we really, 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 when we're talking about creators, need to take into account. Everyone's thinking of trying to go to the top level of their production and doing triple A things off rip on things they can't really afford, trying to go forward and innovate, when in reality, you can just bring it back and really build a solid foundation off of that. One thing that I'm seeing in this trailer that I've been missing in fighting games, and who would have thought that what started off as a 2D fighter game and is basically a 3D side fighting game would be possibly one of the first steps into the metaverse. Go figure. But um, you remember back in the days, like when you were walking down the alley in the fighting games, it wasn't just like on a stage. You had to pass the whole level, and there were mobs of people coming at you at one time, and you had to kind of
Beat 'em ups. They call beat 'em ups, like
that,
Streets
that,
of Rage.
yeah, that's what it's called,
Yeah, they call beat 'em ups, and
bro.
like Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and Streets of Rage.
Yeah,
Fire.
See, and the fact that they doing that on this one is just more of bringing it back so we can bring it forward again. So that's super fire, super fire.
Yo, I definitely want to touch on that, Seven. You just definitely said something real there. You always saying real because that's all you know. But man, when it comes, that's the first thing I thought when I came into Web 3.0. I said, man, why don't these folks just simplify the formula? Like, just simplify it. Go back to 2D if you have to, but just make something solid and fun. Um, because and that was the thing, right? And that's why I said the truth, the veil is coming off the gaming industry about how they was throwing around billions of dollars to create these games, but that never really made sense. You know what I'm saying? That never really made sense. It's like, okay, so if the graphics keep advancing, getting better, right? Then how are you going to be able to scale? How are you going to be able to scale your developers? Because the better the graphics get, the more you're going to pay them in salary, and the more funding you're going to need to back these huge blockbuster video games coming out. So now what's happening is, I mean, look at the economy. Look at what's going on in the economy. How are you going to scale $1 billion video games in the middle of a fucking in the middle of a recession, man? Like, it's crazy. And then you boosting prices on the games. People can't even afford the games. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, it was a house of cards that was destined to fall. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like the reset. Well, I see Web 3.0 as a reset when it comes to everything virtually, really. Especially the gaming industry, the music industry, the film industry, all of this, because it wasn't able to scale in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It was never able to scale to that point, and obviously it wasn't designed to scale. Obviously, they said, "Hey, we just gonna throw a bunch of money into everything, and we're gonna see what works." And then they eventually got to a point where it was like, well, we can't keep this up anymore. What are we gonna do? Who's gonna bail us out? Where we're gonna get the funding now? And you got to tear it all back down and start back from ground zero. And that's my thoughts of what's going on with every industry right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna have to break it back down. We gonna have to, first of all, we're gonna have to stop focusing on the shiny things all the time, man. It's not about the best graphic. It's about, are you having fun? Are you having fun with what you're doing? What's being created? And if you're not having fun with it, then let's break it back down. Let's take it back. The fun is the element. Then let's build on these 2D graphics, you know what I'm saying, these old school gameplay, and go from there. But Seven, I definitely agree, bro. I definitely agree with you. Um, so look, we about to go ahead and jump into this next topic. Oh man, this next topic kind of funny, bro. This I'm not sure if you guys seen this, man, but Drake. Well, first of all, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Anthony Fantano. So Anthony Fantano is pretty much he would call himself a nerd YouTuber. Um, he likes to he likes to critique music, right? So he likes to critique music, and I actually tell you a story about Anthony Fantano, man. So I started watching him on YouTube, right? And when I started watching Anthony Fantano on YouTube, what he does, he critiques your favorite album, right? So I used to be watching this dude, right? And he used to critique albums all the time. I remember one of the first albums he critiqued, and I think it was like Kendrick or something like that, right? And he critiques them right when they come out, right when they come out, right? So I was listening to Kendrick. I'm like, yo, this Kendrick album fire. This Kendrick album fire. Anthony Fantano, like, bro, when he reviews albums, bro, he has a straight face, bro. And he's like, yeah, he's like, yo, this album right here is a 3 out of 10. Like, he be going in on these albums, bro. And you get pissed because you like, bro, I like that album, bro. Like, bro, I like that album. That album was fire, bro. How you gonna say it's trash? You know what I'm saying? So that's really my story with Anthony Fantano. But it's funny though, because it's funny because his whole spiel is like, the whole thing is with him is like, dang. when is he gonna actually like an album, and what type of music does he really like? You know what I'm saying? So it's really fun to watch him. But
No,
he
did
just
you see Drake's response? Did you see
yeah,
Drake? Dude,
yes, bro, yeah.
I'm dead. I went and looked at the response. I'm like, I cannot believe Drake is over here sending subliminal hit shots at this guy. Like, yo, Drake, what are you doing? You're freaking almost a billionaire. Chill out, brother. Like, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to take the Kanye West approach. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. People always gonna critique your work. You know, you can't take offense to it, dude. Like, everyone's gonna have their own style of flavor and taste. So, you know, and not even the kid too much, but you know, that wasn't Drake's best performance. You know what I'm saying? We've all been waiting to see, you know, some of his more classical sort of bodies of work being put together. It was just a different vibe, you know. He's at a different space in his life, and you know, I think that you know he's more sought after commercial success than anything. So you're not gonna really catch that sound from too much on his album per se. You know, you still have A&Rs, man. Like, I don't know what people expect, but it's not really always the artist that's responsible for putting out the music. You know, more or less it's the A&Rs that are, you know, calling the shots and you know choosing the music selection at the end of the day because the label still pays him, even though he's got his own label. He's still under distribution and under management, and this is how it goes. So that's my take on it, man. But I thought that DM was freaking hilarious, dude. Like, he responded 3 times. Brother didn't even like acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? I know he was really in his feelings when he saw that. He was like, "Oh, you're not even gonna write me back."
Hey, you know, Anthony done brought the Degrassi back out of Drake.
Can we please, like, if we really gonna, you know
Oh
what?
shit! I'm dead.
Nah, I respect it, but there's only one funny part about this: the fact that it came from Drake. Let's stop skimming the surface and really have the conversation. You motherfuckers say that I'm foolish. I only talk about jewels. Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? Yo, who is Anthony Fontano to have any opinion of what's going on around here? What, and it's for comedic effect, of course, but we can also bring up another occurrence that's also going on in the hip hop culture when Joe Budden tried to go at what's his name, Adam 22, and really tried to get in his ass about like, yo, you, yeah, you'll interview a dude, you'll let Kevin Samuels die, and the next day put out content that you've had for months and not have put out, but just prosper off of this music. If Anthony Fontano don't like rap music, then go review country. Go. Shoot. So, all right. Can we have that talk, please?
Yo, Seven. Once again, bro, I'm gonna have to give you a nickname, bro, because you be coming through with the real, bro. Yo, I
Done
ain't
it.
gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. And I had my music played on Adam 22's channel before. Shout out to him. But I'll say this, man. Adam 22, bro, he be towing that line, bro. He be towing that line, bro. I be like, yo, this dude, man, he be towing the line between um what do I want to call it? Exploitation, black exploitation. He be towing that line, bro. He really be towing that line,
No, it's
and I be
definitely that. It ain't no toe. It's definitely that. I mean, he got somewhere a relationship that he built with these people, weird one, but it's like it's definitely that. It's no way around it. It's definitely
You
yo,
seen him when he was with Earn Your Leisure, right? And they called him out and they're like, "Yo, you're promoting, you know, you got all these young kids and you know they're promoting all this violence and you're just, you know, you're boosting up the beef amongst these artists." And he's like, "Well, they're gonna put out the music regardless." He's like, "Yeah, but you're stoking the coals to the flame. You know what I'm saying? Like you're heating it up even more. You're getting that response or reaction on a more broader media stream than their average or typical audience reaches. So people are going to take more offense to it. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing. I think that's the whole thing with Drake. Like if it was like anybody else saying it, Drake wouldn't really care. But because this guy has such a huge gathering and a huge following, he takes offense to it.
Big facts.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's. I mean, it was kind of spoken about, like how, like even the YouTube dude, like people do, they deal with stuff that's for going quote unquote viral. You know what I mean? Like they want the drama, they want, you know. So like, dude saying what he said about the Kendrick album, like, bro, like first of all, that's his opinion, you know. But the main thing is, I think he's gonna go about it that way because he knows it's gonna cause talk. And he knows it's gonna cause an uproar. Like, fuck, do you mean? That's it's gonna get that type of response, and which is gonna bring more people to him, to his page. And yeah, I mean, yo, it's psychology, man. People know what they're doing out here, bro. Like, it's not. It seems like, appreciate that. It seems like it's just natural, or maybe it does, but for the most part it's like people using psychological approaches to marketing and stuff that sits in the mind. We know that's drama.
You know, it's funny you bring that up too, Crib. Because I was just watching this thing about TikTok and how the algorithms are designed in America to show us. So when the dopamine is released in our brains, that we see violence and stupidity and pranks and all of this stuff. But in China, like when their dopamine is released through TikTok, they're watching, young entrepreneurs and young like karate masters and like all of this stuff. All of this stuff is designed to to kill us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's designed for us to not to be doing what we're doing right now and having like honest conversations and coming together and speaking and stuff. That's the one thing they want to stop. And the way they do that is by pumping us full of just hate and like just negativity and drama. You know what I mean? And I mean you see it in Drake. You know what I'm saying? But I mean on for me and Drake, I'm just like, bro, like you rap about a bunch of stuff that you never even experienced, what I mean, in this life and all of this stuff, what I'm saying? And you're promoting this style of life that you never even went through, you know what I'm saying? And you mad because this guy, is talking shit about you, you know what I'm saying? Like when he really doesn't care, what I mean? He's trying to get his views and his money, just like when you rap about the things that aren't necessarily your lifestyle, you trying to get the money and, the clout. It worked, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's that dude just got a payday. Thank you.
Yeah. Did anybody else want to go? I don't want to be the only one talking. If somebody else got something
No,
to
you
say.
you good. You good. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I agree with you. In terms of like the whole TikTok thing, I was hearing about that. Someone was talking to me about that recently. The whole thing with China versus the U.S. And yeah, it's really like it's detrimental. You know what I'm saying? To consume stuff like that just on a regular basis, just in terms of like your whole perspective on the world and like how it grasps your mind or crafts your mind. But yeah, the thing you were just saying about Drake, like, yeah, I get it. I saw this video. I had to find it, but the dude was just talking about Drake's career or something like that, and like how the tone of his music began to shift, and like he just was like showing how you know I mean, if you even think about if you follow Drake to any degree, from like somewhat towards the beginning of his career, he wasn't coming like that, and it began to change as it was kind of like, you remember, they were just swining him at first. They were like, who the fuck is this guy? He's not hip hop, you know what I'm saying? He trying to rap. I mean, he was doing singing stuff too, but he was trying to rap, and he just wasn't getting no respect, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't know you said what he's experienced. I don't know what that man's experienced, because it's like, he's around certain people, so it's like I don't know what they getting into, like as they say, you who you hang around, you know what I'm saying, you become like. And so, if he's hanging around dudes that's on that type of time, and it may begin to have an influence on him. He may not have been that way, but it don't take nothing for a person's demeanor, whole spirit, and everything to start to shift if they in a certain environment for long enough. So it's like, that's why me personally, I'm not the one trying to call out Drake for that, because I don't doubt any man being capable of anything. You know what I'm saying? Anything. It's not just tough. It's not anything. You can think a person is away, but certain situations bring things out of people. So, but yeah, man, it's all a lot of smoke and mirrors and a lot of facades and whatnot, and it's some realness in the mix, somewhat too. But it's for you to decipher, and yeah, that's my take.
Nah, respect, man. They made a lot of great points, bro. Every man, like every person is only lives their own experience, And a couple of psychology words that came to mind was just, theory of mind, which is, where we use our own experiences to try to infer, in other people's lives. And the other thing is neuroplasticity. Like that's, our brains are constantly continuing to grow neurons and to grow, what I mean? So what we're putting in them is very important. So I'm glad you hit on those points, bro.
Definitely, definitely, man. Definitely, man. That was definitely a great topic right there. Definitely a great topic, man. But just to really wrap up on that subject, Crib, Turbo, Seven, y'all make some excellent and great points, man. A lot of stuff out here is detrimental, so it's really, up to everyone to claim their own sovereignty by, uh, censoring the content that you actually consume too. You know what I mean? I usually try to go more towards more uplifting content, um, things of that nature to raise your vibration. One guy I actually been watching lately. Um, I don't know if it's because of the well, I know it is because of the shift in the world and different things happening in the world has allowed me this perspective to actually pay attention to certain people that have been kind of playing the background. And one of those guys is actually Dame Dash. Um, Dame Dash in the older world, Dame Dash was kind of looked at as kind of like a narcissist or, kind of had a bad rep, right? But I've been watching some of his interviews, and it's basically like now he's able to finally talk. He's able to share his experiences and things that kind of happen behind the scenes and truly display the type of person that he really is. And he is honestly, in my opinion, he's a genius. Dame Dash is a genius, and he was one of those guys kind of powering everything up from behind the scenes. But he's now finally stepping from behind the scenes and showing everything he was part of and everything that's going on. Let me put one thing in perspective, right? Dame Dash was behind Jay Z and Kanye West, right? That's just to give you a little perspective. So now that he's out here finally talking, and he got some gems, man. That dude got some gems. So if you guys get a chance, research Dame Dash. Start watching his interviews. Just listen to some of the things that he's saying. He's not far off, man. So with that being said, let's go ahead and segue into this other new topic with Kanye West. So we still in music. We still in music. We got the homie Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He Kanye gonna spaz, man. Kanye gonna spaz, but this time I don't think it was an actual spaz though. I ain't gonna flex. I don't think it was a spaz. I think he kind of had a point. So basically in his thread, he pretty much says, I'm not going to, hold on, let me pull it up. I'm not going to argue with people who are broker than me. And this is Kanye West really talking about the gap and basically talking about him being in a leadership position with his collaboration with Gap. And he basically terminated the deal. He terminated the deal because he said he ain't going to listen to nobody who ain't got no money. And he's not gonna listen to the associates that work at the Gap about about what he should do with the clothing line
He
and
wanted
what
to run. I was just saying he want. I was just jumping in saying he wanted to run shit.
you think so, Crib? Do you think that's valid? Like what you think about what he's saying?
I mean, I think he, like I said, he wanted to run shit. They probably was saying, yeah, we want to go about it this way. And Kanye like, no, it's gonna be this way if we're gonna do anything. I don't know how that man conducts business for sure, but that's how I see it. I see it being like that.
You know what? you got a point too. Cause it's one thing I definitely noticed about Kanye, and man, I definitely noticed this about Kanye. This one thing that really irks me about him. He definitely does like to come over to somebody else's shit and try to take it over. Like he be like like he'll get on the radio and demand Nike to cut him a check, and oh man, I need to put out this shoe and Nike not letting me. It's like, bro, but Nike is not your company, bro. You can't make them do anything. You can't make any company that you partner with do anything. You didn't build it from the ground up. So what gives you the jurisdiction to come in and just start throwing stuff around? Like that's like coming to somebody's house and just throwing their furniture. You know? Like who are you to do that? You know what I mean? And
You gonna
then when they
you gonna cut
was
my Cardano? Say we gotta change it to a K.
Oh man, no,
Mm.
believe it or not, they do. They definitely do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you hear me speak on this all the time, right? Like, yo, we got a culture over here. We got a cadence of doing business that's not like these other chains, and it's for a particular reason, right? But yeah, man, like when it comes to Kanye, my takes on it, dude, like he's got a proven track record, and you know when you I don't know if y'all seen his like documentary and like that he had on Netflix, but that man went through some shit, right, to say the least, and was mistreated and ignored and for so long, like even when the start of his rap career, right, his own label Rockefeller was ignoring him. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I'm the talent, I have talent, I can do this. And so when people like always put stipulations against you or limit or put a limitation or a belief and you break those, you've continuously throughout your life breaking those barriers of belief. Once you get to a particular stage, you're like, I don't give a damn what you're talking about. Like, I have a proven track record of doing the impossible, right, of
That's
overcoming
the same thing.
the odds.
My bad,
Let me,
my bad. I thought it cut out. I was just saying that's the same thing happened with Drake. That's the same thing happened with you. The
if I
rap,
could step. Oh,
go ahead, go ahead. The rap game just bring out something in people when you're not being respected.
we're gonna talk about who Kanye is. Kanye West, and the reason he gets to pop his shit right now is the person that when all we had were basketball players and rappers to look up to as avenues out, came through and said, all right, nah, y'all could be producers, bro. Go make that producer money as well. Then went ahead and said, yo, we don't need to be out here wearing the 3X, the 4Xs. We can be business casual too, and we can rock fly shit to the point where today he's structured fuck for himself. He's given birth to children like Playboy Cardi, children like ASAP Rocky, children that are now influencing entire generations of kids to go beyond just being a producer. You can be a fashion designer, you can own your own clothing. And you see that in abundance with all the street wear that's on our uh, all the all the boundaries that are being broken is why he can go up to Gap and be like, listen, you are an entire corporation that does not even meet my net worth. Who are you talking to? So yeah, and why it's beneficial to have a Kanye in your corner because it's a movement beyond just that. You're influencing and Jay-Z with what he's doing, just that whole thing, that what we're going to be seeing in the future is fucking beautiful. Yeah.
That even brings it back to Dame. Like Austin was talking about Dame. Like I think the main reason why people didn't like Dame because he had that same similar type of energy of you're not gonna tell me what the fuck to do, and I'm bringing this to you. This how we gonna do it. And then it's like it's degrees to it too. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I was in another space. We was talking about how, like, in the whole, Web3 environment, you got different people from different cultures, different backgrounds, all these things, so they approach and handle things in different manners. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they might, in Dame's example, you come from an environment where that's just how you talk and you approach, when you're serious about something. And to them it's like, oh, he's being disrespectful, he's loud, he's outspoken. And that's not accepted in our society, to stand firm and speak on what you believe, and when it's challenged, still stand by that, unwaved. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a bow down and get down or lay down type of mentality. It's passive, but it's still there. You know what I'm saying? And then the people enforce it because they accept it.
Yeah, it's I definitely agree, man. I definitely agree. And I don't think I don't think it comes by any surprise that I'm majorly influenced by, Kanye. Um yeah, man, and I seen the whole story, at least the story they gave to us, because I know it's a bunch of stuff that they don't say, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was very evident that he was marginalized his whole career. Um, Even when he was a producer at first, they didn't even want to let him rap. Like they was basically telling him like, "Hey, it's not popping for a rapper to be a producer." You know what I'm saying? So he had to fight through that. Like, think about that, bro. Like they was trying to tell this man, you can't produce beats and you can't be a rapper at the same time. Bro, that's insane nowadays. You know what I'm saying? That's actually normal now. You know what I'm saying? Kanye is one of the reasons why I started making beats. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, whoa, he a rapper and a producer. I want to make my own beats too. You know what I mean? Like, think about that amount of marginalization. Like, and that's within our culture, right? That's within this man's culture to create music. And you trying to break the music apart and say, well, you can only do this side of the music. You can't create all the music because we don't want to let you. You know what I'm saying? That right there, that battle right there is insane.
Yep, and not only that, I mean, look at the way it's beyond just like he is a true student. You know what I'm saying? Like even before he got into fashion, like he went through the metrics. He went to seek the knowledge to understand the market, to understand textiles, patterns, colors, expressions, right? And he did all that and came up with his brand. He showed stardom with his first shoe with Nike, right? And they didn't want to give him the creative control that he righteously deserved, right? Adidas did. And look what that did for Adidas. Like totally turned their company around, totally switched the culture of Adidas. Adidas is one of the hottest brands right now when it comes to shoes, and not just in style, also performance as well. Like putting the science to the product, man. So I give a lot of accolades to Kanye West. He may say some things that oftentimes it's all about the levels of frequencies, and if you're operating on a low frequency, then you may misinterpret what it is that he's trying to digress to you, right? You're like your brain doesn't have the capability to really digest it because your frequency level is so low. But when your frequency level is high, you have the ability to decode the message that is he's transponding, right? And he has to, it's a delicate, and I always try to tell people this, like it's a delicate balance when you are in a position of power on how you communicate towards others and to others, and what you have the ability to say and what you do not have the ability to say. And people always say, well, it's freedom of speech, you can say. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, you get to certain levels in life and there is no freedom of speech to that degree. You have the ability to speak, but not freely, because you have these contractual bounds placed around you, right? And these bounds have serious consequences. If everyone started, if the president of the United States started to disclose classified information, right, we would be in trouble. right? Because the reality of the matter will expose itself. The dark hand will be shown, right? And you've seen what happened to the last president that tried to expose the dark hand. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy JFK. You know, when he gave that speech, there's been a lot of encoded messages to the general public. Eisenhower was another one who gave a speech about the military-industrial complex. Like, but you can only say so much to a certain degree without putting yourself at risk. You know what I'm saying? And getting taken out of the picture. And far gone are the days where it was just thought to be a conspiracy. This is actually starting to turn into fruition. And see, now we have the ability, because of technology, we have the ability to decipher a lot of the code, to dig for the information, to tap into the resources and expose the truth. And that's a huge reason why we're here in crypto, right? Like, we understand. Like, I'm right here in little Haiti right now. I just onboarded like 8 or 9 people with Flint wallets. You know what I'm saying? Giving them NFTs. We're doing community cleanups to where they're going to get paid in a Captain Haiti token. You know what I'm saying? And it's exposing them to a new era of commerce that is encroaching, right? It's undeniable. It doesn't matter whether you just go back and just, look at the Joe Biden. Look at the message from the CBDC. What they're saying, this is undeniable. This is something that they full on intend on doing. And with that, we can go ahead and jump into, that category, because this has been something that was brought up through the week here, and between January and Jane, right? In January, I had the privilege of speaking with January in a conversation, and I exclaimed to her, like, what this technology is really going to be used for. Like, its use case is to track and identify. Do not be misconstrued. This is what this technology is going to be utilized for. We are just at the head of the curve. We're at the top of the pendulum before it starts to drop and really starts to shift, right? So what we're doing is we're positioning ourselves for true generational wealth, right? Because we're going to be ahead of the herd. That's why when we say wag me, that shit's so real, because we don't believe it right now, but right now there's over 300 million Africans that are unbanked, that have no access to financial institution, that have to borrow money and take loans from loan sharks and predators who initially their whole purpose, like China, not in the United States has done it as well, but like China is currently doing, to where they will go in, they will give you these loans knowing you can't pay it back, just to garner and take your resources, right? So this is the bridging gap for crypto. This is where we come in with micro loans and then peer-to-peer lending, and unpredatory standards, to where we can actually help and assist these people, utilize the resources that are at their fingertips.
Yep, this is why I won't. This is why I wouldn't support January Walker, because she thinks it's okay for a CBDC to be around, and as you said, that'll be just to entrap you, enslave you, track you, all that. And yeah, banking the unbanked in Africa, I think, is a very important thing, and that's part of what the project I'm working with is trying to accomplish as well. Anti-poaching club, excuse me, helping to give some of these entrepreneurs access to, as you said, loans that aren't predatory, right? Giving them people actually competing to loan money to these people, giving them proper interest rates, and allowing them to build and expand businesses.
Space cadets. We're gonna take it to a whole nother space.
I think that there's a beautiful quote that can absolutely summarize this entire topic. People wonder why people don't do better. And the quote and the reason why is you don't know what you don't know. So shout out to Kanye West for allowing and speaking his shit right now, so we know that we can talk our shit in the future, and to bring that exactly back, like AI said. Shout out to spaces exactly like this that are providing you with that knowledge offhand, so we can all do better in the future, yo. Like, super valid, super dope.
Exactly. Let's get it, bro. You got me turned, bro. You got me turned. Yeah, man, that's exactly why we created this space. And it's so funny. We was just talking about Adam 22 and talking about these different people that are not only marginalizing but also capitalizing. You know, that is the that is their strategy. That is their strategy. They'll stop you, they'll marginalize you, and then they'll marginalize you, and then they'll take that situation and go marginalize somebody else, and then capitalize off both situations. Um, and neutralize, and then divide and conquer too at the same time. And then at the end of the day, we just end up giving them all our money. You know what I'm saying? So those days are coming to a halt. Um, that's why we've had so basically now what's happening now is we're seeing what the leaders what those leaders were doing. Now it's finally coming to the masses like, hey, this is what Kanye West was trying to do. And he's showing you nowadays, even in the Gap situation, he's showing you how they're still trying to do it to him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, here's the example, guys. Look, they trying to play me again. I'm trying to show y'all they still trying to play me even after Time Magazine said I'm one of the most influential artists of the 21st century. Look, they still trying to do it to me. He basically showing like, hey, no matter how high you get up, they gonna always pull that card to try to knock you back down. And so it's so great and it's so amazing that we have these type of thought leaders. I like to call them thought leaders because they like to exercise a new train of thought in front of the masses so that people can pick up on those different frequencies of progression. You know what I'm saying? So when they see that, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it, little kids grew up looking up to Kanye West like me. You know what I'm saying? I was in high school and I was listening to the College Dropout, and guess
With
what
the
I did?
polos on. You know what I'm saying? He switched the whole
Exactly.
vibe of style up. He really brought in the skinny jeans and the looks that we rocking today for real, man. Like he set that precedence. There was no preppy look and I'm from the hood, so I'ma just speak on my experience. In my neighborhood, man, it wasn't no fucking tight jeans. It wasn't no tight shirts. Everything was baggy, and a lot of that came from the fact that we were given hand-me-downs from our cousins or our brothers that were older than us because our parents couldn't provide us with the resources or the clothing
Oh,
material. You know what I'm saying? And that became our swag. So when they would make fun and laugh when they say, "Oh, they wearing these baggy clothes and this long shirt and stuff like that," but they don't really know like the other side of the coin is, man, that's all we had. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really have an option. And with Kanye West, when you start getting that bag, you like, yo, this is the way. This is the way you really supposed to be getting down. You want to have clothes that are fitted to the body. You know what I'm saying? That makes you look presentable. You know what I'm saying? To where people are comfortable or will let down their defensive shields, right? It's like that. It's the aesthetics of it. So like if I come to you and I look all like, just think about a bum, right? Like when you see a bum, he be all dirty and stuff like that. Like you don't even want to shake his hand, right? But if you seen him all cleaned up, you would be more open to having a conversation. So as Kanye's moving up in the ranks, he's getting around these people and he's realizing, damn, the way that I'm dressing, they're not being responsive. Maybe if I take the motive to try to look or resemble the way that they dress, I'll get a better response. And that's when you see him switch up everything, the polos, this, the that, you know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to break down these barriers of discrepancies that people put up, these walls of defenses that people put up when you're trying to just have a conversation, a human to human conversation, right? To further the advancement of one's life, right? But you're being held by a prejudice, a preconceived prejudice, just based off of appearance, not off of intellect.
and that's why Anthony Fontano's existence is one. Just throwing that out there.
It is one. His existence is a one. Yo, this guy Drake, man, you brought me back again. Hey, but you know what, guys? It is the top of the shifting. You know what we generally like to do in Space Cadets. Man, we like to go ahead and switch it over to the crypto talk. talk about what's been going on the blockchain, cross chain, your chain, my chain. You know what I'm saying? We want to get down into it. With that being said, awesome. You gonna do the
Well,
market rundown?
hey, well, before we
We're
get
in
to that,
transition.
because we are close, I did have another Web3 artist, man, that I wanted to
Yeah.
present. You know what I'm saying? Before we get to it, because eventually I got to drive. I'll have you guys. I'll be in the rocket ship. You know what I'm saying? So I won't be able to hit it. But this is James First Gen. He's an artist from the Web 2. He's merging into Web 3. He's finding his place here, and kind of like helping to bridge that gap as well. This track's called "Swear to God."
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, 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 oh, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I swear to God, you don't even know how much you really mean to me. Tell me what's the bottom, is it something I don't see? Ever since you left me, I can't avoid the vacancy. Yeah, I swear to God, you don't even know how much you really mean to me. Tell me what's the bottom, is there something I don't see? Ever since you left me, I can't avoid the vacancy. Yeah, I swear to God, you can cut that option. That Griselda block shit, cause I ain't on the hot shit no more. The gritty on the black shit no more. Yeah, and what I do know, that I fuck with you though. I should give you kudos, but she keep me high when I'm on the low. Put her on the payroll, go for you like payroll. Yeah, and if you have to go, baby, bring me down slow, baby, bring me down slow. Yeah, cause I don't even really know if I can sustain the blow. I swear to God, you don't even know how much you really mean to me. Tell me what's the bottom, is there something I don't see? Ever since you left me, I can't avoid the vacancy. Yeah, I swear to God, you don't even know how much you really mean to me. Tell me what's the bottom, is there something I don't see? Ever since you left me, I can't avoid the vacancy. Yeah, 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 oh, yeah, 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 oh, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
How good is your prayer life? Do we understand we're going to talk to God, the architect, the most powerful creator of everything in the universe? And he says, come and talk to me. Tell me what you want. No one has power with God who doesn't pray. And the question is, we're living in a society that has got us boundaried by all these demands of things we think we got to do. And the question is, do you pray? It is the most powerful thing in the universe.
Yeah, man, that was for James First Gen. Man, check him out. We shot him a little tweet. Dude's coming up. Make sure to give him a follow. And yeah, man, Web 3 music, baby.
That was fire. That was so fire. That was lit. What blockchain is it on, Turbo?
Yeah, so he's over on the Ethereum network. but like constantly work with them to get them to branch out to the other chains and stuff like that. That's a big move for all the musicians. Getting them everywhere. You know what I mean? Like no one just sells their music at Target. You know what I'm saying? So, that's one thing got to get these guys on board with. And I mean, it's the maxis. It's a lot of the mentality. But it's going to take time. But we do have working on some really big projects. We got like 9 patents in right now for some technology that's we're getting ready to launch. So it's going to be a huge change in the Web3 music space, and just the power of what we can do and how we can support music.
Yeah, yo, Turbo. Yeah, man. Turbo, I keep saying this every show, bro. We definitely got to link up on the music tip, man. We definitely, I'm definitely branching out as well, branching out to some other blockchains as well. So we can definitely chop it up.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like that's what this space is here for. Is like, we don't know. I think Seven said it. You know what I'm saying? And the reminders, and why we're here, and the crypto. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like we all came here for a reason. Make money or whatever that is. But the ability to grow and to really to change the world. I mean, hell, AI love out there clean up trash right now. I mean, that's absolutely incredible, man. That's beautiful. That is the power of Web3. Speaking of crypto, awesome. I think that you got some crypto, some stats and some news for us. So I'm gonna pass it over to you, big dog.
All right. Yo. I am live, report live from Open Cnft. Let's go ahead and get into a couple things, man. I actually bought my first sold NFT this week. I'm definitely going to talk about that experience and how it is. But first, let's go ahead and jump into Open Cnft. Cardano is my home blockchain. So, we got to get into some CNFT content real quick, man. So, look, in the past 24 hours, we have done 550K ADA. We are up 27% from yesterday, which is actually pretty good. That's a major increase to be up 27%. So look, liquidity trends in the past 24 hours. We got DGen Bunnies at number 1, who actually sold out. So major shout out to them, man. It was kind of like a sleeper mint, right? I had seen them; they minted about 2,500, and then the next day, like overnight, they just ramped up and sold out. So major shout out to DGen Bunnies and congratulations to them. Liquidity trends, 24 hours. And number 2, we got Trouble Cats. And then at number 3, we got Salty Seagulls. Looks like the Salty Seagulls had some kind of drop going on. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's called Salty Seagulls Commemorative Set. So that's pretty cool. So that's dope to see the Salty Seagulls come back swinging. So shout out to them. Biggest volume gainers in the past 24 hours, we got Pictures at Clay Nation, Cornucopia's Land, and the Cornucopia's Custom Domes. So shout out to those 3 projects, those 2 projects actually. Then top sales in the past 24 hours, we actually have a 8 Society sale for 30,000 ADA. So major shout out to 8 Society. In the traders chart in the past 24 hours, we have 45% buyers and 55% sellers. And recently added, we got Tamaris, Deus AI, and Met Aliens VR Club. Now let's go ahead and jump off into the top 5 real quick. I got a couple questions. Hey, what's up, Turbo? What you got, man?
Oh man, I didn't want to get you off your. I didn't want to get you off your thing. When you done, I got a comment I want to make.
Okay, cool. All right, so let me go ahead and jump into the top 5 real quick. So, like I said, number 1, we actually got DJ and Bunnies. Like I said before, they sold out. Congratulations to them. They had a floor price of 42 ADA. They've actually done 120K ADA in the past 7 days, so major shout out to them. Then at number 2, we got Boss Cat Alien Club at a floor price of 3,900 ADA. They're actually up 153% in the past 24 hours, and they have done 128K ADA in the past 7 days. Then at number 3, we got Space Buds. They had a floor price of 2,750. They're actually up 46% in the past 24 hours, and they have done 110K ADA. Major shout out to Space Buds. I definitely support them with all their trials and tribulations that they went through. I'm a Space Bud fan. I like them. So look, at number 4, shout out to Dirt Birds, man. Dirt Birds has been on a major tear. So major shout out to the Dirt Birds, man. It feels good to see those developers that's been grinding day in, day out, finally get a break. You know what I'm saying? Get a big breakout. Major shout out to them. I love everything the Birds are bringing to the Cardano ecosystem by way of development and these NFTs, man. It's just amazing. So major shout out to Dirt Birds. They're sitting at a floor price of 450 ADA. They're actually up 1,370% in the past 7 days, and they have done 230K ADA. So major shout out to Dirt Birds. And finally, last but not least, we have Cornucopia's custom domes at a floor price of 323 ADA. They're actually up 628%, and they have done 85K ADA in the past 7 days. So that is it for our top five with OpenCNFT.io. Now, what's up, Turbo? What you got?
Man, on them DJing bunnies, bro, like, man, they look oddly familiar to another cartoon character. I mean, I'm not like, I don't want to be like a hater or nothing like that, but I mean, like, come on, bro, like,
That's
like,
how, that's how DJs move, bro. That's like they don't care. That's the whole point of being DJs. They
yeah,
know who they
man, but
they know who they marketing to.
I mean, but like, it's kind of like stealing. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
Man, what?
it is exactly like you.
No, they ain't stealing. It's robbing. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, you're right. It's definitely robbing. You know what I mean? Like, we were talking about Kanye and the samples and everything like that. I just this might take it to a different level. Um, I just, man, I hate seeing it. I hate seeing projects like this, man. Straight up, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to do a bunny, man, there's like a bajillion bunnies you could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, do a bunny, but like when you just like literally taking, because like eventually, right, like somebody gonna see this and be like, mm-mm. And then what? And then what happens? Now we got all these people up in our business and shit. I mean, people copywriting like Mickey Mouse and like, bro, there's a bajillion other cartoons. Like Popeye wasn't that cool. You know what
Well,
I mean?
and it
Mighty
can be
Mouse.
and it can be somewhat aggravating because you see a project like Space Buds and what they went through for the whole Trace Buds incident, right? And now you see a whole community kind of like losing. I mean, I know they just went up, as you just said, JL, but for a while there, they've been getting their ass handed to them, for this controversy. And then on the flip side, you see this project that isn't promising to build anything, is just, as we know, just copied Bugs Bunny and just put out there, man, and they're winning. And they're winning, so
Trace
it's like,
buds.
you know,
Clay, man, go ahead, Clay, before we get in trouble.
Yo, man, I have no business being up here speaking. Wife and I got lit up, but I just want to give a shout out to Air Love for introducing me to JL, and that's why I follow you, brother. I'm proud of it. And Turbo made it up here in the co-host. Turbo made it. Turbo Dumb made it. Turbo Gum make it. What's up? Long
What's up,
time no talk,
baby?
brother.
I know, man. Look, I've been undercover. I had to go do some deep investigations of what Web3 is, and here I'm back. You know what I'm saying? It's wild out there, though. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm glad to see you, man. Still doing your thing, checking in on me. I gotta say, like this one dude that just he be checking in, like, hey, man, I don't see you. So I really appreciate that, man. That shows, what a bigger, deeper connection that we make in this Web3 thing, man. I'm so happy to see you, bro.
Hell yeah, man. I don't have shit to say. I just wanted to give you a big fucking hug, man. And hope I get to talk to you again soon.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it. That's
man.
all I got. Clay lives out.
Major shout
That's
out to Clay.
that's my guy right there, man. I love Clay. Clay. I promise you, when I get home, I'm gonna go ahead and knit me up a few, man. You know what I'm saying. I like to wait and see, and man, you've always been there for me, man. You've always been a brother, and I gotta show love and support, especially with these crazy ass, copycat projects minting out. I don't know, man. I don't really like to shit on anybody's project, and to that degree. But it's so many more greater causes, man. And I wish everybody just had a slight inclination on where the space is really heading, man. Like those types of projects, those they to me they don't fundamentally do anything for our ecosystem. You know, I rather support the people that have been around building, actually have a cause that they're fighting for, man. So I just wanted to give you your love, my brother, and you'll be seeing me with a few clays when I get home.
Yo, Crib. What's up, Crib?
Yo, somebody said that the DJ and Bunnies might be another one from the Rug Bandit.
Wow.
They might be forced to do so, and this is the thing. Like, I don't know if y'all seen it, but when we were talking earlier about Joe Biden, I sent Awesome over a video. In 2023, they are going to be coming down on NFT. So, I just want to give everybody a heads up. Like, you may want to stay away from certain projects that carry a resemblance to, well-known art bodies of art, because yeah, man, it's not gonna be good. Stay away from projects that got any resemblance to Nike's, Game Boys. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you looking at that treasury and it goes to fucking zero because they're getting their pantsuit off of them, man.
Oh,
Like,
bro, look, these major companies, they know what they're doing, right? They're not like, why are they gonna go after you when you got $1,000? They gonna wait and let you get big and get you a nice little bag that they can come over and say, well, thank you for your hard work and your patronage to our brand and representation. And here's the thing, other part of that too, right? Is that like it's literally in like the name, smart contract. And if you like you put your name on some shit, like there's a level of responsibility at this, right? Like when we look at like law, and I can only really speak from like the military side because I was under 9 federal investigations, right? And like you have to prove responsibility like in that, right? And it's like a reasonable and prudent person, right? So if I'm a consumer, right, unless I just truly believe this is Bugs Bunny, and that's like a whole nother problem, as we got new people coming in, they're like, oh shit, like this should do really well. This is Bugs Bunny, this must be made by the same people because this is who this is, I know this. And then so now we're setting up a whole nother set of issues. But go ahead, Crib, man. I see you got your hand up, man. I'm about to get on a whole tangent.
No, it's cool. I was just gonna say it. I don't know, man. We're gonna have to see because you know, I know we like to automatically think the worst off top, but we never know, what could come into play, like for example the Bugs Bunny thing. I know Warner style is normally, hey, we know a little bit, but who knows, maybe, they form some type of partnership out of that. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? We think automatically they just gonna just they just gonna get
Crib,
sued. They
you
gonna get
mean you
sued.
telling me right now? You telling me
man,
right
listen.
now? It's gonna
I'm
take
right,
more
hey,
than a
I'm,
hundred and
I'm
twenty
right there with
thousand
Turbo.
ADA. It's gonna take more than 120,000 ADA for them
I'm
to want to
just
do a partnership.
I'm just trying to
Especially
be
because like this
optimistic.
Bugs Bunny here, he got red eyes like he been smoking weed.
Oh yeah.
And I know
Oh, it's a
Warner.
wrap.
Yeah, I know Warner Brothers is not gonna want to be seen with tattoos on his face and stuff, because that's a representation of their
Right.
brand. And the problem with copyright really kind of comes down to is that it can't be recognizable. Like you can't be like, oh, that's Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean? And,
they gonna have to send them the cease and desist. They gonna send them the
They're
cease
not.
and
They're
oh
not
desist.
gonna do it. That's what he's saying.
no,
They're not gonna do that, Turbo. They're gonna let you get that big bag, and then once you got the bag, then they gonna like a eagle on a fish in the water. They're gonna
nice
eat
and big
that.
and juicy. I ain't getting no. I'm not gonna go in for no guppies. I'm gonna wait till I got me a big old fat, nice fed bass. They watching. The hell they buying
They
them?
take flight with them. You hear me? Man, it's getting wild out here. Y'all be safe. Y'all be careful. You know what I'm saying? Invest in projects that y'all actually, know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's an important metric, right? Like, and this was a conversation. Shout out to Prismatic, man. One for phenomenal art, and two for just the track record. It has done amazing things in and out of Web3. But this is a conversation that I brought up, and it's like, when we have these artists that are Web2 related artists, and they venture off into our arena, like, they're, in my eyes, right, like, I have to see some form of participation, right? And this comes back down to the NFTs, right? Like, shout out to her and what she's doing, and I thought that it was a pretty bold move. And I thought it should. I was hoping it got more support, but at the end of the day, you get what you give, right? And I feel like when you're putting forth something, why wouldn't you want people to be able to share the experience of your journey to this particular point? Especially when you have the capability to, right? Especially during a hypercritical market like we're in. Everything is under the microscope, right? So for these artists that venture off into our neck of the woods and they're not willing to engage or communicate, in my eyes, I won't give you my support because I don't see the authenticity behind it, right? Like I can't hear why you ventured off into crypto. I can't see what your path is. And with that, to me, it would be more or less like a cash grab. Even if it's not, I'm going to interpret it as it is because it's a hypercritical market, right? Like I want something that actually has a true value, that has a true end goal in mind, that's going to push our space forward, right? Not your pockets forward, the space forward. And I think that's something that should be taken into consideration when we're making these decisions. We got a lot of people that have been here putting in the legwork day in, day out, in Discords, in Twitter chats, the whole nine, doing what they can to push the message of our blockchain to a broader audience with true appreciation. And I feel like, if, yes, there's an opportunity for you to make money, but with mass adaptation, with that integration, we have to have some sort of boundaries put in place, because if not, then be expecting more of these rug pulls and more of these cash grabs and more of these bite off derivatives that may have impending copyright lawsuits later on down the road. So it's really just, to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like I think that the whole premise behind the industry that we're in with cryptocurrency is to be able to assemble a level of balance, right? To give people a fair and equal opportunity. And it seems like we're doing this regurgitative process to where we're just aping into things that really don't have our community's benefit in mind, right? It's more or less like, what can we extract from you guys to, you know, lighten our load, or put more weight on our load.
Yo, I definitely want to speak to that, man. I love okay, we got Maria coming up. Shout out to her. But look, bro, I definitely want to speak to that. Because that's why I did what I did, right? So I bought my first Solana NFT, right? Why did I do that, right? Well, first of all, I feel like when you put too much pressure on one blockchain to deliver, that's what that if you stay in this tribal mindset where you like, oh, I just wanna buy CNFTs, right? You're gonna put yourself in a detrimental situation mentally where you're trying to harp on these different projects coming out on Cardano. What if Cardano just don't got it right now? You know what I'm saying? We in the middle of a bear market. The liquidity is low. Yeah, I mean that's normal for a bear market. You see what I'm saying? So instead of me taking that energy trying to force force investment on these different projects on Cardano, which currently I don't see nothing that really interests me except for the quote unquote blue chips. You know what I'm saying? And I decided, hey, I'm gonna go to Solana. I'm gonna see what they got to offer. I want to experience this blockchain. I want to get this experience. You know what I'm saying? And try something different. Also, I see that as a way, and I really urge everyone to do this. Go to different blockchains, experience different blockchains, so that you will know what to look for when it comes to rug pulls. Because you need to be able to see it from more perspectives than just Cardano's perspective. You see what I'm saying? And I really urge people to get out and learn about multiple blockchains so that you can come back to your favorite blockchain and and help it grow and help it expand. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's helping me to do, just expand my vision when it comes to interoperability, which is, we all know that's the end game. We all know that's the end game. So, that tribalism is going to play against you when it gets to the end game. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna be, oh man, I don't know nothing about no other blockchain. I'm just on Cardano. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just urge you guys to continue to educate yourself when it comes to the blockchain, you know, outside your home chain.
Agreed. Because I didn't know what I was missing with Cardano until I stepped out and realized really it's like they say, like you don't realize what you're missing till it's not there, and you know you go out and you see more, you can appreciate what you had, or you know what you come from all the time. Yeah. But I'm gonna let Maria speak. Go ahead.
Hey guys, good morning. Thanks for the space, AI Love and JL. Yeah, this is a really good conversation. I wanted to come up and kind of share my point of view. Um, you know, I don't hold any Degen bunnies. You know, I kind of share the same sentiment as you guys. Like, it's risky, right? Like, whenever a project comes and like it can be like they could potentially be sued by Warner Brothers or something like that. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with Degen Tunes. I think that they originally got this idea from Degen Tunes on Ethereum, because they dropped the cats. Degen Tunes did, and then their season 2 is supposed to be bunnies, which looks very very similar to the Degen bunnies that just dropped on Cardano. So I don't know if that's where they got the idea. If they got the idea from Warner Brothers, but yeah, it's a risk, you know. Always love to see originality, and I don't know. But what do you guys think? I wanted to propose a question, like when a project copies like an in real life, like you guys mentioned Nike, Disney, Warner Brothers. What do you guys think about that versus someone who copies, like, let's just say like a Bored Ape or something like that? What do you guys think is better, or are they the same? Is there any difference?
Same thing.
I would
Yeah,
say it's a little different because companies like Disney and Warner Brothers and Nike, they got all the money and all the time to slam you around. You know what I mean? Whereas Bored Ape, I'm sure they've made quite a bit of money, but I think they're trying to keep that money or use it to expand the project. They don't really have time to be going around litigating, you know, and putting themselves through like expensive court cases. So I think it's a much more dangerous game when you're copying a Mickey Mouse or a Bugs Bunny or a Nike check mark than it is, you know, a Bored Ape or a Ape Society or an Adanaut. You know what I mean? Because these guys aren't big enough yet.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna say they're both equally the same, and the reason why I say that is because eventually these these projects that are copying and trying to make these derivatives, eventually Bored Ape is going to get to the point where they are like a Walt Disney. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole, you know, that's the whole point of them doing what they're doing. And when they get to that point, I think they're going to come down on people too. I think they're going to come back and they're going to be like, and think about it too, right? Um, Bored Ape, they're actually in the ecosystem, so they can see it easier than anybody else. So if you don't have an official partnership with them, and then they get to that, you know what I'm saying, that Nike level or whatever level, they're not gonna let that fly either. You know what I'm saying? It's just the regulations and stuff are not put into place yet. But I would imagine once the regulations and everything and the lines in the sand are drawn completely and fully, that they're going to come back too and they're going to do the same exact thing. So let's not get it twisted and say, oh, it's Bored Ape. It's cool if it's a derivative of Bored Ape. No, it's not. Because when they get to where they're going, they're going to come back and they're going to clean up shop. 7.
I absolutely love what Gully said. I think, in my opinion, that's on some Robin Hood type stuff. Is like, yeah, they're not going to miss it. So I definitely like that, even though I'm going to take the standpoint with Awesome in the sense that it's the same. But my reasoning is different. It's not about, you know, what we can get away with. I think behind it is always the intent of why it's taking place. So whether they're stealing it from Peter or, you know, Paula over there, it's like you're still not trying to provide anything of substance behind it, and also trying to get money behind it. And wherever you found that source of being from, like, it's still, counterproductive to what we're trying to do, especially if you're not providing tech. Like, I can understand if you're doing a derivative, if maybe there's a partnership and you're providing some type of utility and something, but but if the context and the intent isn't right, then it ain't right.
You know what? I wholeheartedly agree, Seven. And then another perspective is because I'm an artist. I'm an artist myself, right? Another perspective that I want to share with you guys is that you also got to realize what these people are doing. They're sucking the liquidity out of the market by way of bad investment, right? Um, when when you have a project like DJ and Bunnies, right, that come in and do what they're doing, it's a derivative, and we all know it's a major risk because, yeah, it is a derivative of something else, right? You got to think we have people within our ecosystem investing in these type of things, right? Which in our eyes are huge. It's a huge risk, right? Well, these people don't necessarily know that, or they're not thinking in that vein. So when something does happen and they get burnt, that's a major blow to them within our ecosystem, and that's gonna push them out of the ecosystem rather than have them inside the ecosystem to actually shop with the artists that are really putting their all into what they're building. And with these projects that's been around like Dirt Birds and different OG projects that we know care about the community. And that's another perspective because that hurts us in the long run if we keep letting these type of projects come in with derivatives and sucking the liquidity out in the middle of a bear market. Like, it's insane. You know what I'm saying? Crib, what you got?
Yeah, I just want to chime in. I think is to what Maria was asking. I think it's the same, but different degrees. And the way I feel about derivatives and all that is like kind of how I just look at like knockoffs, right? Like, so like knockoffs are gonna exist regardless. Stuff I don't deny and doubt that people gonna get sued according to the ones that succeed with stuff. But I mean, Chinatown, for example, in New York City, you can literally walk down the street. They're selling Gucci, quote unquote Gucci, quote unquote Louis, right there in your face. Louis and all them is there too. What they gonna do? Sure, they can go attack each little person. And there's gonna be another person out there with another one. And I think that's how it's gonna be in this space. It's gonna be a Chinatown style marketplace that if that's what you into, you gonna go buy. Maybe you can't afford the Bored Ape, so you gonna go get the knockoff. That's how it is out here. It's like that's just general. And they say imitation is flattery. Like I I'm really curious as to like how far this continues to go in terms of like, all right, now if a person is taking your name and your likeness and marketing and pushing as if they're you, that shit is wrong. You know what I'm saying? That shit got to get shut. That has to get shut down. But in terms of people building off of stuff, I think there needs to be some wiggle because it's like, yo, in music, what we gonna start? The copyright flows. People can't use the flow no more. You know what I'm saying? That's his flow. And then if they use, hey, he gotta get paid. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? If that gets set up that way. But I'm just thinking like that. Like I think it's funny to me. But I'm not really into buying a bunch of the derivative stuff. Some other people are. So to each his own.
Gully, what you got?
Yeah, I'm just, I mean, to somewhat agree with what you guys were saying, that sure, somewhere down the line, it could become more of a problem for you to take on those blue chip projects, like to copy their art or whatever, their brand. I just mean, like, as of right now, like, really the only option we have against it is to vote with our wallets, right? It's to not support projects like that. But unfortunately, we got too many bag grabbers in this world, and people don't give a shit, right? People are just like, whatever. If I can flip it and make a bag, then that's what I'm gonna do. We keep hearing all this whining and complaining about these like degen mints, or like even like cornucopia is taking out all this liquidity, but yet people are still minting it. They're still selling out every time. So that's what I try to tell people. Like, if we are truly against this stuff, then vote with your wallet. Stop just looking to make a bag and vote with integrity.
Maria.
Some people do. Well, I just want to say it. Some people do, and you know, like I said, it's teach its own.
Yeah, and one thing I think is a little bit different in with NFTs is that a lot of projects give IP rights to their holders. You know, I'm no legal expert or anything, but I don't know how that works. Like, if I have an IP right of an NFT, and then like, do I have to be the one that if someone's using my NFT, or is it like the entire project sues? I don't know how that works. I think there can be some issues that would come up with that. But yeah,
I think if they use just your NFT specifically, it might be a little bit more up to you. Whereas if they're stealing the brand and putting out a project that looks exactly like the other project, is where the project have to stand in.
Yeah, I know things like logos and stuff that comes down to the project, but I wasn't sure with like the actual NFT. Like, if they take my NFT, they rotate it the opposite direction. I don't really know how that works, but yeah, I liked your answers. I agree. I kind of share both sides. Like, knockoffs are always going to exist. You go on Amazon, you can find knockoffs. You go to Chinatown, like someone said, there's knockoffs. So, I mean, there's a market for it. That's why people buy it. But yeah, I definitely agree. Like, you know, we need to vote with our wallets. So I love that.
Shout out to that. And real quick, look, I'm down here in Little Haiti. You know, we about to be wrapping up the Space Cadets. I got my little man. What's your name, man? Lyric? And you was selling lemonade today, wasn't it?
Yes.
You about to get you some Captain Haiti tokens. We're going to get you a little wallet set up.
Yes.
You ready to take some crypto?
Yes.
All right, man. That's what we're talking about, man. You know, we're putting it in for the future generations, man. Boots to ground and to asses. Y'all know my motto. You know, we're out here. It's hot. I'm sweating. It was raining earlier. If you don't know nothing about South Florida, woo! I implore you to please take a trip down here. They will be having a Metaverse Miami meetup for the Art Basel, I believe Basel, however you want to say it. But yep, I would love to see a lot of y'all faces down here. You know, blockchain. We're spreading the message to future generations. You know, bringing awareness to what we're doing here on this blockchain and in all chains, because this is a community blockchain cleanup event. But I'm here representing Cardano, onboarding people. I think we just set up like 20 Flint wallets here. So, you know, for everyone that's, you know, wondering how to build with their project and reach a broader audience, start off in your local community. Put together events like these. Show people that we are actually humans. We're more than just PFPs. We're more than just NFTs. You know, we're an opportunity for change, and that's what we're out here implementing. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Man, it's been an awesome and amazing show. Everyone, thank you for stopping in. My phone is literally about to die. I've been walking on there, living in the red. I'm living in the red, Lord bless my soul. I can't pay my card note, but I can with Cardano.
Yo, major shout out to AI Love, man. Shout out to AI Love out there in the community, getting it in, man. That's what we do it for, man. We do it for the community. AI, you know, goes by the nickname of Mr. Community. Shout out to him. Shout out to everybody who showed up to the space. Also, okay. Oh, we got X coming to the stage. We got a couple of people coming to the stage. Yeah. Oh, pin to the top too, by the way. You know, quick shield. I actually have a new track, a new song dropping today by way of Six City. It will actually be available on Drip Drops. On Drip Drops. So you guys, you know what I'm saying? If you guys know about Drip Drops, you can definitely get that track today. It will actually be available at 5 p.m. EST. So you guys can drop by Drip Drops and, you know, pick up your drip. Get your drip. You know what I mean? Get your drip. Also, like AI Love said, we coming to a close. If somebody wants to start a new space, if you guys want to roll this space into another space, give me a link. Send me a link real quick. Go ahead and pin it to the top. Pin it to the top if you guys want to go ahead and start another space and roll this into another space. You know, we always open to that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
We
out
are.
to my man Baloney Flapjack out there. Be on the lookout for his project, Warrior Encoded. I see Odd Shadow in here. It's got a crazy project with dystopian AI, Samurai. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know, there's nothing wrong with showing community love, dude. Like, and I always try to tell people, it's reciprocated. Don't focus about what you're giving out, right? Because it'll always come back to you tenfold. And if you move and operate in that frequency, you're going to enlighten yourself as a being. That's going to be my words of advice to y'all. You know, don't get caught up in the trends and then with everybody. Everybody wants to be the cool kid in school, right? But you know what they're saying? Don't be too cool for school. You know, make sure you're out here, you're trying to learn something. Make sure you're spreading education. You're being informative. You're being kind. You're being compassionate. You're being considerate of others. And with that, man, awesome. If you want to go ahead and wrap it up, you can go ahead and close it down. Anybody got a space that they want to recommend for the Space Cadets to float to? You know, because we're about to blast off. We're in T-minus 2 minutes. Maria, thank you so much for your attendance today. I greatly appreciate your shared thoughts, you know, your insights. You know, it is more than valued in our space. You do so much. I know you took your little break. I can't wait for December so I could take my little month or a couple weeks off, you know what I'm saying, and reach the family and spend time back home and come back and get to it. You know, you know, mental health is important. And we all gotta make sure that we're protecting that and give yourself a moment, some time to reset, because not only that, what it'll also do is it'll expand your ideas. You'll come back with so many revitalized ideas because you're not being caught in the swarm of what everyone else is thinking. It allows you to think as an individual. I see Dana, aka Barracuda, done hit the stage here. Shout out to them. They putting together a featured film. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Be more than happy to participate. There's all these community projects, man. I had to go back to fiat mine, and I said, man, I can't let my people down. You know what I'm saying? Let me go out here and let me, you know, work up the piggy bank some more just so I can support y'all. And that's just on some real spiel right there, man, because each and every one of y'all keep me going. You keep me fueled up. You keep me fired up, and you keep me informed. So thank y'all so much. Dana, go ahead and take it away.
Good morning. Good morning. I've been listening, writing some tweets in the background, but you inspire me so much, AI. You're out on the streets getting people wallets set up. I was out till 3:30 in the morning last night, not a common occurrence, and there is like a huge, I don't know what they're doing across the street. There's like a powwow drum over there. There's like thousands of people walking and running in the street, and it's been going on since 7 a.m. But it makes me think about what you're doing. It's like, man, I could have seized the day, or I could have gone across the street and like had something set up. I feel like if we just looked into what our communities have going on already and just piggyback onto them, like I just missed a huge opportunity, I feel like. And if I wasn't, you know, they're still cheering over there. I should go over there, but my legs hurt. I'm like, but it's just like, you know, we can go to our convention, we can go to local, you know, city, you know, events bureau, or just look at our, you know, everyone puts out a community newsletter and see what's going on in our communities, and then you just show up, you know, go make a little pop up sign or something and bring it wherever you are. Like, you just gave me a bunch of ideas. So I think that that's so cool. I love hearing you out on the streets, talking to people, talking to that little kid, being like, we're going to set you up a wallet. That's so awesome. But
Yeah,
just
he
want
just made $100, 100 and some change on some on a lemonade stand. And I'm like, shoot, what you plan on doing with it? He said, Target. That's a Target, man. Not financial advice, but they got this thing called Cardano, and if you hold
that's
it, baby,
funny.
you get you a
Oh
little something. You know what I'm
my
saying? I gotta
goodness.
start them off early and start them off young. But yeah, Danny, you're absolutely right. And that's what I intend on doing. You know, and when I get out to CNFT Con, it's not just gonna be, you know, just there to absorb and take in what we already are commonly familiar with. Like, my goal is to touch as many people that are around us and try to get them into the event and showcase what we're doing over here and why we're doing it, you know, and the causes that lie behind it, and maybe spark some innovation. So.
But you know what? And there's something, so two things. We are doing like a brunch and chill space at 10 if anyone wants to join, but two, I know that Friday night of CNFT Con is the launch party, but also Friday night in Vegas, every first Friday of the month in Vegas is First Friday, and it's a huge, like, down in the arts district in old downtown. There is like music, food, and all these artists come out and put their stuff out on display, and it's like a little festival. So I wonder if there might be an opportunity, like, I don't know how busy it's going to be or crazy we're going to be, but I would love to, like, if a few people want to get together and go to First Friday and maybe like promote or do some of that stuff, because you have like a captive audience. They already are there for art, you know what I'm saying? Um, and then hit up the launch party for the conference. Like,
I think that's a dope idea, Dana. I definitely, you already know I'm down to ride. And I done hit the strip. I already thought about ordering me a little scooter because I know how it gets on that strip, boy. Them legs will start to buckle on you. I done had many a trips over, many a moves over Vegas. Is one of my, I love it so much. It's got so much energy stored inside of a desert. You know what I'm saying? Like we forget like that place is a damn desert. It was literally in the middle of nowhere when they started building it. And I'm one that believes like the earth has these certain points that harness energies sections, and I believe Vegas is definitely one of them. So I already got my get ups, what I'm gonna be wearing. I always like to dress all snazzy, and Tupac, I like my Tupac Versace shirts when I go to Vegas, and the Rat Pack feel. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a ball. I can't wait. I can't wait to see you again and hang out. And
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna do some serious onboarding.
If you get a scooter and ride around, I mean, especially on the strip and stuff, Vegas is all about the shtick, right? Like, you got people out there charging for pictures, all this stuff, and like people are walking around with crazy stuff around their necks. Like, when you get off the plane in Hawaii, they lay you, right? Like, what if you just had a bunch of chains with like some, like, it doesn't have to be crazy. It could be plastic, or it could be whatever, with like a big medallion on it, Cardano, like got Ada or something, and like you're just laying people with these things as you're like scooting around.
Do you accept Ada? Y'all know my line, man. I say it all the time. Do you accept Ada as your Lord and Savior? If you ain't got no Ada, don't you be
Oh
no
yeah,
hater. Get you some
you
Ada,
should
man.
set up like right next to one of those guys who are on the side of the street.
Yeah, with the evangelist. Yes, I am an evangelist. Cardano is my religion. Charles is our leader, and that is for tax purposes because you cannot tax me if I am participating in a religious event. So separation of church and state. Take that, CBDC and Joe Biden. Ha! What you gonna say now, baby? It's a religion, baby. I got plenty of documented proof that Cardano is a cult, and they can say whatever they want to say. I'm not paying no taxes on that because this is my religion, baby.
In the name of the Ada and the Charles and the Hosky spirit.
The Holy Trinity. All right, y'all. Well, look, it's been a great episode, man. Turbo, you want to take us
Turbo,
out, or
what you
Awesome?
got?
What do y'all got some music? Let's go ahead and let's vibe out the same way we come in, the same way we start, the same way we finish. If y'all don't know, this is Space Cadets. My name is AI Love. We got Awesomeisjayell. We got Turbo Matey. We got my guy Gully. We got Crib X. We got Sev, man. We got a lot of other members that weren't able to make it in participation today. Shout out to Mixie. I don't know where the hell Sarge is right now.
We got Trog coming to the stage.
Jug.
Yeah, sure.
Foggy the Jug. The Jug is in Rug City a bit, brother. How is the AI love, friend of Jug?
He's good. I think he's rugging right now, Trog. I can see his mic's off, but I don't see any sound coming out of him. So
We are both in Rug City, brother.
Big
Hey,
talk in the building.
Turbo, you got the music? You got the music, Turbo?
Nope, I'm actually at the football game, man. But I appreciate everybody, for having us out. Also, if you got something that you can drop, man, I would love to hear it.
Wait,
Okay.
hold. I'm sorry, real quick. Honestly, if we talking about dropping something in possibilities, what we got, in store today is a trog. We can get something literally live and in effect right now, possibly. Not meaning to put my boy on the spot, but I don't know if you...
All right, Trog, give us something live, man. Give us something live. We're gonna roll out with your live freestyle, man.
Man, the drug just got done sleeping, is just waking up. So forgive the drug, it will be rough. But let the drug say, it is SEP 18, brothers, at 1818 UTC. SEP 18 at 1818, yes? And then it will be SEP 19 at 1818, so that it's real simple. Give the drug like fucking 2 men or some shit like this. The drug will maybe have the Jedi spit like an old school jam for friends of drug.
All right. So let's go ahead and roll it out. This was another episode of Space Cadets. You can catch us on Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. with your host AI Love and your boy Awesomeisjayell and the rest of the cadets, man. Gully, Turbo, Crib, 7. And with that being said, we are signing off.
The Jedi will spit one if you wish.
Yeah, truck.
All right then, brother. Yeah. Golden Child, last man standing, forged in fire, hammer, anvil, then I stamp it, hold the pad, that master plan for crafting anthems. Golden, I rap its home advantage, grope your bitch and then I'm ghosting. Danny Phantom. Homie, this ain't over practice sample acapella or I'm rapping over samples. Most these cocky average blokes will get dismantled. Grab a herd of amber, set on murdering them tramps. It's his hand and held the clamps, then let a wordsmith at the stand. There's no semantics. Though philanthropic, once I own it, I'm a granite. Most of homeless in some mansions, man. I'll overthrow the throne, demanding answers. Hold the phone like Bell Atlantic, going ham and candy yams. I smell a classic. Woo! On my Tupac, use a bitch. Your father should have left you in a tube sock. 2 amendments mean when we can't breathe, we shoot cops. Truth is, I'm intent on leaving, but instead I choose God. Need a woosah. New Nas, crispy cracker.